I've secured 96 percentile in my CET. Obviously, I won't get admission in GPIMS. Is there any another way to get into it? Help, please. What's up, people? Hope you are safe and sound. We have good news for all those people who have secured more than 95 percentile in their CET or CAT. There is still a way, in fact, two ways to get into GPIMS. Their flagship courses, MSc Finance and MHRD. For the MHRD program, we'll come up with a separate video. Today, we are going to talk about the much touted MSc Finance program. Started in 2013 on the recommendations of the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, this is a 2 years full-time program comprising of 4 semesters. Since it is heavily focused on finances the first semester itself, its curriculum is rather richer than an MBA finance course. So if you love finance and want to make a career in it, this course is for you. Let's understand more about this course. Beginning with the eligibility criteria. The candidate should be a graduate in any faculty with at least 50% marks. Even those appearing for their final year examinations can apply to this course. However, there is one catch. You should have opted for mathematics in your HSC, or if not, then at least in the first year of degree college. Also, before applying, ensure that your SSC and HSC marks fulfill the levels mentioned in this table, else you cannot apply. Coming to the number of seats, there are 30 seats in this course and anyone in India can apply for these. This is the seat breakup. So 15 seats for open category and 15 for reserved. A fact to be noted here that only reserved candidates from Maharashtra can apply for the reserved category seats. So if you are a reserved category student from, say, Gujarat, you can apply for open seats only. In short, all outside Maharashtra students will be treated as general category students. Now, coming to the parameters of assessment, there are 2 parameters. The first is application rating, which comprises 60% of the marking criteria, and the second is in-person assessment, comprising of 40%. Let us discuss the application rating. Now, there is no separate written entrance test since last year for this course. So, all admissions are based on your CAT and CET scores. Along with this, you also input your scores of 10th standard, 12th standard and graduation, details of extracurriculars, work experience, etc. All these factors are considered in the rating applications and an application rating score is calculated. The weightage, as you can see on the screen for the ARS. Now you may also see UPSC score mentioned here. Yes, last year they had also kept this open for UPSC students. In fact, some students applied as well. However, it's not clear whether those students made it further into the course. Coming to the second parameter, the in-person assessment, also called as IPA. Now, based on your application rating score, which was the first round, around 300 candidates are shortlisted for this IPA round. It is nothing but just a glorified name for GDPI. It consists of a group activity, which could be a GD or a case discussion, a personal interview, and a writing aptitude test. Now, this procedure may be subject to change due to the current COVID-19 situation. Coming to the cutoffs, JBIMS doesn't reveal much details about this. However, based on last year's admission, we can expect that around 95 percentile in CET or CAT can generally make it into the course, provided they perform well in their IPA. The fee for this course, as mentioned, is 6 lakh for 2 years. It does not include any hostel or accommodation charges. Coming to the placements. This is JBIMS, and when you have a course dedicated to pure finance, that too only with 30 seats, the least you can expect is amazing placements. The average placements peak around 17 to 18 lakh, and companies right from the best of the best investment banking, broking firms, banks, etc. come to the campus with amazing hardcore finance profiles mentioned here. Now, about the notification, the website hasn't come out with a notification yet. However, the Facebook page mentions that the notification will be out shortly. They charge a nominal form fee of Rs 1500 and all applications are in the online format. Now, coming to the most important question. Should you apply? Let me rephrase this. Rather, are you eligible to apply? Let's evaluate certain points to arrive at the answer. Are your CAT CET scores around 95 percentile plus? If yes, then you should apply. If no, then you would be wasting your time. The next question. Are you really interested in finance? If yes, then go ahead. Do not just apply for the JBIMS tag, especially if you are not interested in finance. This is because their curriculum is heavily finance intensive and matches that of CFA to a great extent. The curriculum is given in the description box. The next point is student diversity. As far as WorkX is concerned, they have a good mix of freshers as well as work experienced students. In fact, around 25 to 30% students are freshers, so that should not deter you from applying. And the last point, how many people apply? Well, that changes every year, but you can say around 1500 students roughly apply to this course, bringing your success chances to 1:50 approximately. Now don't think this is impossible. This is better than MMS where more than 100,000 students compete for just 120 seats. So guys, if you have answered a yes to most of these questions and are positive, then you should definitely apply for this course. Now that you already have your scores ready, what should you do to prepare for IPA round? Here are some tips from our side. Number 1, start reading financial newspapers if you aren't doing it already. So newspapers such as Economic Times, Mint, Business Standard are recommended. The next thing is to have a strong hold on your basics which are related to your academics as well as your work experience. Number 3, have an answer to why do you want to pursue finance. Number 4, have a hold on how financial markets work and their operations. The next point, you should know the basics of finance and concepts which have an impact on the economy. And the last one, be aware of the current news and happenings, especially related to government policies, monetary policy, fiscal policy, government announcements, and their implications on the economy. We shall be helping you with these by coming up with videos on finance-based concepts and their implications. So don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Peace.